So I've shown this off before, way back after I got back from SAINTCON. And this is the badge that they had at SAINTCON. Had all kinds of stuff in it and things like that. What's really cool is just like today, as of like, I think now close to 10 hours ago, the source code for it dropped. And a firmware update. So if we go to the root of the repo, this has all the SAINTCON 2024 badge info stuff on it. And it's got this cool releases, and it's the 2.6.9 update. And all this really adds is the ability to add custom Wi-Fi networks. Now, if we go into the source code and look at that, we go into the firmware here. We will take a peek at, where is it? Components and the Wi-Fi manager. So it doesn't outright say it in the updates, or anybody hasn't pushed it out, but there's a Wi-Fi stored networks max, and that maximum is 10. And so it'll kind of like go into a list here and then like list it out. And this is basically the maximum number of displayable, per se, Wi-Fi networks that there are. So if I go back to the badge, you can see it's very, very bright. The Zodiac Sandal add-on is very, very nice. And the time updates, because it's updating through an NTP server. So if I hold on to the screen here, it'll come up. And then which one do I want? I want mini badges. So mini badges will show me what mini badges are in each slot. Come on. Let me get it to, there we go. So you can see I've got the Zodiac Sandals and Joystick. I can switch those out quite easily. If I pull over my mini badges here, let me go, and I can switch out the Joystick for, say, Simplify Stratagem. Let's go with that one for it. And that will basically shorten the stratagems that I have to put in for it. I'm going to move that over here. I can pop that in here, and I should be able to see it if I hold down on it again. I go, oh, nope, not what I wanted to do. Okay, I scroll, go to mini badges, and you can see I've got, come on, buddy. Refocus. Come on, there we go. We've got our Zodiac Sandals and our Simplify Stratagem. Then I can hit continue and pass and things like that. So basically the only thing that's been added to the firmware since is this in the settings. I can go into Wi-Fi networks and change that. I'm not going to open that because in the current version of the firmware, it displays the Wi-Fi password without masking it or anything alongside the network name. So other than that, we've basically got all the same stuff. If we go into Tower Battle, it'll do nothing until we go into this extras thing. And I run Tower IR Simulator. I can do Tower 1. And so what this does is it basically within the firmware emulates a tower. And now I can select Tower 1 and go in, and you can see that people have been plinking at it already because it's slightly damaged. So I can join, and with my power-ups, I can go in and actually go in and tap out a stratagem. I'm going to leave, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out my Zodiac Sandals for my Joystick, because this was another one that they released mid-con. If I can Get that to go into the slot. So I can take the joystick add-on, pop that in there. Simplify stratagem will shorten the stratagems that I have to enter, whereas Zodiac Sandals will, decrease the number of stratagems that I have to input. So I'm not too worried about like these two, which is our saving throw and then greed and then Scrooge. Saving throw would bring me right back in for doing a long stratagem. But now what I can do is I can go back to Tower 1 again, and rather than doing the normal thing of tapping out on the screen what I'm doing, I can go in that did not take for some reason. Okay, so after I do this, I'm going to turn it off and on again so that I can get... Okay, so I'm going to pull out my flipper as well. So my flipper notably has some towers stored on it. So I'm going to go to my infrared, and I'm going to go to saved remotes, and I should have it, SAINTCON tower. So I should be able to enter tower 1. I can now pay attention to that bottom icon down there. You see that it starts flashing blue. I can go into tower battle now in tower 1, and now it comes up. So since I have my towers saved onto my flipper, I can join tower battles that way as well. And now I can also tap out now it's being really weird, along with the stuff outside the window. So the tower shouldn't have fallen already, but anyway. So now I'm gonna redo that again. Okay, so it has to connect to Wi-Fi. It's gonna sync the time real quick. Give it a second to sync time. Then we have our tower show up. And we join the battle because we fell so quickly. Attack the tower. So now it says attack successful, and it should reset us into the thing, honestly. I don't know why it's not doing that, but anyway. So this was a point too, where like we'd have a successful attack and we'd have to turn it off and on again. And that may be the case here as well, which is really weird because I had it working earlier just fine. I don't know if it's something to do with... Let me switch these around slots. See if that changes anything. Or if it's trying to do an over-the-air update, because it might still be connected to something that way as well. Gonna sync everything together. Now this is running an ESP32S3, so it's got slightly more RAM than some of the others. So it is, yeah. So it can do quite a bit in spite of like whatever. So yeah. Now we're gonna go. Okay, see, that's what it's supposed to do. Maybe it's just a problem with my Wi-Fi connecting to the servers that are serving it. Okay. So I'm going to leave the battle now. And you can see that, yeah, there are a lot of options. So if I go into Tower Battle, let me pick a different one. Say Tower 7. That was a really popular one that we attacked a lot. So I can see the stats of the tower as well. It's all going to be vulnerable because we don't have to do the exercises to work with it. And you can see, again, it's still slightly damaged. So people have been attacking the tower very, very heavily. So yeah, I can go back there. We still have the map from SAINTCON here and things like that all on the badge. So this badge had a lot going for it. So there is that. And if I go into my stats here, you can see everything I've got going on. The shop, for some reason, is still very accessible. Oh, so yeah. You could get all kinds of stuff that, like, this is literally what I bought all the other goodies that I got from SAINTCON with. So, like, the RP 2040 dev board, the so on, whatever, Arduino Uno, and so on and so forth. And even the bonus badges that you see right here. But yeah, this is Helldivers at home now. Well, I mean, we've got Helldivers at home, and Helldivers at home is real Helldivers. But this is like Helldivers at home on, like, Helldivers on home steroids. If you liked the content, if you enjoyed it, if you think I deserve it, like, comment, subscribe, leave any criticisms you have or what have you. I appreciate it. Feed that algorithm, like I said, and I will see you guys in the next one.